Gonzo Today newsroom. This is Memos from the National Affairs Desk. Presented by Gonzo Today. www.gonzotoday.com. The weird have just turned pro.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk. I'm your host, Doc Jeffurious Higgason. Look out, folks, I'm feeling a little ornery this week. The overwhelmingly Republican Texas House of Representatives favored a bill Friday permitting open carry, which is to go into effect next year. Approved on a 96-35 vote, the bill allows Texans to carry licensed handguns in unhidden holsters. Previously, only concealed handguns and pistols were allowed with a permit, although long guns like rifles, which do not require a license, can be carried openly. Most Democrats opposed the bill, citing disapproval from Texas police officials, but, you know, fuck the Dems. Always trying to spoil the fun of our indigenous rednecks. Those lame wads don't know how to party anyway. Harris County Sheriff Adrian Garcia told lawmakers in February, "Right now I'm doing good to send 2 deputies to a very dangerous situation. Now when we get a call, shots fired, or disturbance with guns involved, we typically think one person is creating chaos. Now we may have many. Duh." Democrats assert that citizens displaying guns outside their clothes may confuse officers in the event of a dangerous or violent situation, thus risking injury or death, and that's one less thing that we need to do, folks, is confuse officers any more than they are already. Just saying, you know, I'm no policy expert, for sure. Multiple amendments were proposed, but ultimately the GOP majority shot down Democrats' concerns. The Senate passed a similar bill in March. Governor Greg Abbott already vowed to sign any legislation that furthers Second Amendment rights. You know, that's what we need. We need more guns in the streets and in the restaurants and movie theaters. How about a church? It's already a Sunday fashion show for most churchgoers. Accessory like a small handgun completes any outfit. Guns, 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 guns. Hey, lady, someone took your parking space at the middle school. Show them your gun. Let them know that you aren't a pussy and that you have every right to demand that spot at gunpoint. Pull that pink 38 from your purse and tell them to break yourself, fool. The only drawback there is what if the other person has a gun? It's high noon at Kenny Chesney Elementary School. Bang, bang. The only positive results I can pull from a soccer mom gunfight is in the end, we may have 2 less soccer moms running around. How about it when you're stuck in traffic and some undesirable homeless person is standing too close to your car? Let off a few warning shots. They'll get the message. You're white, upper middle class, mortgaged to the gills, and you don't take shit from no one. Guns, guns, guns. Show them your fucking guns.
In the past few weeks, we've heard a lot about Krokodill. And as the CEO of Krokodill Industries, I'd like to start a conversation about our product. The media has been reporting that Krokodill is a recreational drug invented in Russia that's a mixture of crushed up codeine tablets and gasoline, which you inject directly into your veins. That is true. Krokodill is a mixture of codeine and gas that you put into a syringe and then inject directly into your blood. You may have also heard that Krokodill rots your flesh off, exposing your muscles, tendons, or bones. And that is also true. After a single dose of Krokodill, some of your flesh is going to fall off of your bones. I'm not here to deny that. For the record, we never set out to create a drug that rots your flesh off of your bones. We set out to mix codeine and gas, and that's exactly what we did. Is our product a mixture of codeine and gasoline? You bet it is. In fact, it's mostly gas, and we never claimed otherwise. And while the crushed up codeine tablet lobby is busy bragging about how there's no gasoline in their crushed up codeine tablets, and the gasoline industry continues to discourage you from injecting their product directly into your veins, we here at Krokodill are focused on moving forward. While this small bag of crushed up codeine tablets can cost as much as $12, this gallon of Krokodill is only 78 cents. That's it. The media is focused on telling you what's in Krokodill. But isn't it time to talk about what's not in Krokodill? Pig piss, nails, liquid paper, Shasta, cars. All Krokodill is codeine, and then also gasoline. That's it. No more, no less. That's our pledge to you. So, in light of recent controversies in which the majority of our consumers have had some or all of their flesh rot off of their bones, here's what we're going to do to make it right. Introducing our brand new Krokodill. If you mail us about a couple tablespoons of your rotted flesh, we'll mail you a coupon for a gallon of Krokodill. And we can do that because we save money on our formula, which is codeine and then also gasoline. And then you use a needle to put that into your blood. Simply scrape off a couple tablespoons of your rotted flesh with a putty knife or a spatula and place that into an old sherbet container or an envelope and mail it to us. We'll mail you a gallon of Krokodill. How can we do it? Because Krokodill, it's mostly gas. Thanks for your time.
In Garden City, Kansas this past week, Kansas has yet to warm up to medical marijuana. Mother and cannabis oil activist Shonda Banda learned this last month after her young son defended the use of cannabis during a drug education lesson. School counselors reportedly called state authorities that detained the child and raided Shonda's home. Shonda Banda said they pulled my son out of school at about 1:40 in the afternoon and interrogated him. She was telling journalist Ben Swan this story. She also says, I didn't believe that you could get a warrant off something a child says in school. In this new millennium, folks, anything is possible, right? I think we've seen much evidence of that. Police obtained a warrant, searched her home, finding 2 ounces of cannabis flower. Not like cooking flour, but, pretty cannabis flowers. And an ounce of cannabis oil. The Washington Post confirms this. The family previously lived in Colorado, where recreational use of marijuana is legal. There, Banda used cannabis oil to successfully treat her Crohn's disease and has since been in support of its use. The cannabis found in her home could lead to felony charges, but none have been made yet. Banda's son has been taken from her. A new custody hearing is set for Monday. Now, isn't that fucked up? That is so fucked up. This lady was living in Colorado where she was successfully treating her Crohn's disease with fucking cannabis oil. And then the fucking people in Kansas who have, we're talking the wide view, right? And, whenever you hear about progression or anything like that happening in the United States, people tend to think of Kansas. No, they fucking don't. So this lady has her kid taken away from her. She's got to go in Monday for that new custody hearing. She's also said, my son and I did have the talk about how it's not okay to bring this up in Kansas because it's a different state than Colorado. It's very confusing for a child. How do you explain to a child that Kansas stopped progressing around 1954? Yeah, right, man. So that's ridiculous shit. So I don't know, Texas, Kansas. Texas is sort of like the giant mothership for all the backwards rednecks in the world. Maybe one day Texas will do us all a favor, call them all home, and then take the fuck off, right? Then we can expand the Gulf of Mexico, talk about tourism dollars at that point, right? Exploitation through tourism. Who's down with this shit? Out in Denver this week, an investigation into an alleged groping scheme by 2 Transportation Security Administration agents has been reactivated after multiple victims have come forth to law enforcement officials. On Wednesday, the TSA fired 2 Denver International Airport screeners for manipulating procedures that allowed an agent to grope the genitals of male passengers. Ooh, your hands are cold. Give me back my carry-on bag. No charges have been filed due to lack of witnesses. Investigators will work to see if the alleged victims were actually groped. The TSA was alerted to the screeners' actions in November of 2014, but no action was taken by the agency until the incident was observed by a TSA security supervisor, Chris Higgins, on February 9th. Law enforcement reports say a male screener at the airport revealed to a female colleague in 2014 that he groped male passengers he found attractive by having another female TSA screener manipulate a scanning machine to require a pat-down search. Hey, who says that gay males cannot be, a little bit chauvinistic towards guys, you know what I mean? But people see their chances and they take them. Quote, He related that when a male he finds attractive comes to be screened by the scanning machine, he will alert another TSA screener to indicate to the scanning computer that the party being screened is a female. When the screener does this, the scanning machine will indicate an anomaly in the genital area, and this allows the male TSA screener to conduct a pat-down search of that area. This all according to a TSA document. Higgins told officers he observed the male screener signal his female coworker, and the woman hit the button for female when a male passenger passed through the screening machine. A little scheme worked out there. Everybody was having a good time, apparently. You know, he had her, you know, this other guy, they're pushing buttons, groping balls. Oh, to be a TSA agent and all the stories they get to tell. The scanner alerted to an anomaly, said Higgins, and he observed the male TSA screener conduct a pat-down of the passenger's front groin and buttocks area with a palm of his hands and a pinch of his fingers. No, I'm kidding. With the palm of his hands, which is contradictory to the TSA searching policy. This all according to those TSA documents. Wow. Just those three stories. Just, you know. It's an interesting time to be alive, folks. I would like to comment on last weekend's activities. We went down to Louisville, Kentucky for Gonzo Fest 2015. Would like to thank everybody who I met down there. Everybody was extremely nice. You know, Gonzo today, we got together for the first time over at the Gonzo house, and wow, we laughed for probably about 3 days straight. My face still hurts, but you know, all the people down in Louisville that were extremely welcoming, folks like Ron Whitehead, Megan Kaler, and Nick Storm. You know, if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I met so many people down there, but yeah. It was a great time in Louisville last weekend. Looking forward to next year. So there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of progression with Gonzo Today coming up within the next several months. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears and eels peeled for that, peeled with your eels on your heels. This has been Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk. I'm your host, Dr. Jeffurious Higgason. I hope you enjoyed this program. And I will see you next weekend. Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk. Copyright 2015. Come check us out on the web, gonzotoday.com. We're over at Facebook and tweeting it to Twitter. You can find us damn near everywhere. Have a good week. I shall see you later.
I've traveled all this country wide, seeking fortune fair. Up and down the two coast lines, I've traveled everywhere. From Poland east to Poland west, back along the line. I'm going out to the place that fed that old hometown of mine. 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on the toll road, and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles from Louisville, the hometown of my heart. There's bound to be a gal somewhere that you like best of all. Mine lives down in Louisville, she's long and she is tall. But she's the kind that you can't find traveling through the land. I'm on my way that very day to win her heart in hand. Oh, 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on the toll road, and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles from Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Well, I can picture in my mind a place we'll call our home. Humble little cottage